Good morning, my name is Tony Valenti and I'm the developer behind AlphaDrive. This update for AlphaDrive is one of the biggest I've done yet, so pay attention and because there's a lot here that I'm going to show you. As I'm showing you this, you're going to notice that I'm clipping the video throughout the process, and that's because there's so much stuff here. If I didn't, this video would last 10 hours. So let's go ahead and get started. Some of the stuff I'm going to be showing you, it's new features, and some of this is just new ways of using things that have already been there that maybe people weren't aware of. So the first thing that you'll notice when AlphaDrive runs is that we have our file window, and something that you can do to quickly navigate the files is you can actually start typing the first letter of what you're looking for. So in this case, if I want to navigate to the open folder, I can actually just press 1 on my keyboard and it jumps straight to it. I'll press enter. And now if I'm looking for my test account, you'll notice it's right there, account comma test. I could click there, but if I've got a big list, it might be easier for me to jump to it. I can just type ACC and it jumps me right to it. So that is one feature that's really nice that you can use in this update. The next feature that we have in this update is the ability to share documents. Now this is not your regular old emailing somebody a document. This is sharing a hot link straight to a document, so that the person in your firm who gets this link can actually start editing the file right away. To do this, you'll click on the New Documents up at the top, and we're going to click on the Share button. When the Share button's clicked, we can now choose a document from our A drive, and it does have to be from our A drive. It has to be from our Clio Cloud drive. And I'm going to go ahead and select this mediation request for information. Now I'm going to click Copy Links to Clipboard, and I'm going to paste this information in an email. And you'll see here I have a link right here to the document. Now let's take a look at this. I'm going to click on my document link right here, and I'm going to get a pop-up. I'm going to tell it to remember my choice for this pop-up because I don't want to see this every time. And the document is opening straight from AlphaDrive. Now again, this is opening straight from AlphaDrive. It isn't opened as a download, so when I make changes to this and I click Save, those changes you'll notice are being uploaded back to the server. So this makes it very easy for me to share documents with other people in the office who might need to make changes to the same documents. Alright, talking about making changes to the document, let's take a look at a couple other tools that we have with documents. I'm going to click on Documents and I'm going to click on Previous Versions. And in the dialog that pops up, I'm going to choose the document that I've been working with. And you'll see here that there have now been 3 versions of this document that have been made. If I want to look at the current version, I can click on this first link and that will open the current version in edit mode. If I want to look at a historical version, I can click on the previous link and it will actually open up the original version, or the version that I opened up, in read-only mode. Obviously the reason it's read-only is because we're looking at a historical version and you can't edit history. If you want to make changes using this, just make your changes here and save it on top of the original file. That'll create a new version of it. Alright, so now that we've been able to look at our history, let's go ahead and take a look at comparing our history. So I'm going to click on Documents, Compare, and I'm going to choose my original file, and I'm going to choose this as the same document we've been working with. Now in this example, I'm going to be comparing 2 files that exist on the A drive. However, I don't have to do that. I can choose 2 files that exist on my computer, 1 file that exists on my computer, and another that exists on my A drive, any way that I want. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and compare version 1 of this file to version 3 of this file. And I'm going to go ahead and click Compare. And you'll notice that I get a red line Microsoft Word document that shows me the original document, the updated document, and all the different changes that were made to it. This allows me to essentially track changes retroactively. that's all really good. The next thing I want to show you is some extra stuff that we've done on the web browser side. For those folks of you who are using Google Chrome, the next time you open up Google Chrome, you might notice an extra little dialog that pops up. Let me go ahead and show this to you. You'll see here that I have this this exclamation point here that says, when I click on this, it says there's been a new extension added, AlphaDrive for Chrome. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and I'm going to enable this extension. The AlphaDrive for Chrome extension enables AlphaDrive in your web browser and AlphaDrive on your computer to work together better. Once I have the AlphaDrive for Chrome extension enabled, it gives me a new feature in my Chrome web browser. You'll notice here that I have my mediation request for more information document. Now, if you're used to working with Clio through a web browser, normally when I click on this file, it will download the file, and I'll have to edit it, go back to the Clio website, and re-upload it. But when I have the AlphaDrive for Chrome extension enabled, look what happens. I'm going to go ahead and click on the view details. You'll notice we have 3 versions of this document. I'm going to go ahead and click on this file, and you'll notice it didn't download. It's opening straight from AlphaDrive. I can make more changes. And when I save it, you'll notice that it's uploading the file straight to Clio, so it's uploading it to the server. And when I come back over here and I click on View Details, you'll see that there's now a 4th version of the document. This is really great for people who tend to do all their work through the web browser instead of through the file system. Thinking of the file system, there is a new feature that we've added for this version of AlphaDrive. Something that we've heard a lot of is that some firms work with clients exclusively and some firms work with matters. So what we're doing is we're giving you more control over the way that your open folders are organized. You'll see here right now I have all of my open folders organized by client, but that's not necessarily good for every firm. So we've added an option. I'm going to click on AlphaDrive Settings, and I'm going to come here, and you'll see here I have a checkbox, Show Contact Folders. I'm going to go ahead and click uncheck that and click OK. And now when I go out of my open folder and go back into it, you'll notice that now instead of seeing things organized by client first, now they're organized strictly by matter number. The last feature that I'm going to show you is the Easy Migrator that we've built. If you've got a lot of documents that you need to import from a file server, this is the way to do it. It's going to save you all the clicking, all the copy pasting, all the yes responses to those dialogues that Windows likes to throw at you. So I'm going to click on Documents, I'm going to go to Import, and I'm going to choose from Folder. I'm going to browse, and I'm going to choose a folder on my computer that has files. I'm just going to choose the Files to Import location, and I'm going to choose where I want to copy the files to. In this case, I have to choose a location on my A drive that I can put files on, so specifically a location inside of a matter. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that matter, and I'll click OK. Now over on the left hand side, I can configure how many files I want it to upload at a time. If a file already exists on Clio, I only want it to overwrite the file if it's empty. If I'm migrating a temporary file, I want to skip it. And if I'm migrating a file that has nothing in it, we don't need to clutter up Clio with empty files, so we'll leave it at skip as well. Once I have that ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and click Start. And once I click Start, you'll notice that it will start doing the migration process for me. You'll see that I can see the files that it's uploading, and I can see the progress of each file. As the files are moved, they continue to exist on my computer. This allows me to basically go to work and not have to worry about clicking the different dialogues that might pop up along the way. You'll see down here I get to see a progress bar of the entire status of the migration, and I also get to see the progress of the individual files that are being migrated as well. Alright, that about sums things up. I hope you've enjoyed this demo. As I said, there's a lot of stuff that we've added in AlphaDrive, and I really look forward to getting your feedback. Have a great afternoon.